The woods are scary, man. Like, boars I'm the most scared of. Lone Star ticks are bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to watch a video about that today. Actually, you want to watch that first? Let's watch that first, actually. We got the Alex Jones video about it.
Lone Star tick spreading all over the country that they admit
all over
now
the country.
This weaponized Lyme's disease that they declassified, the CIA created. That's the CIA declassified that about a month ago. We already knew decades ago and told you that.
Yep.
And they've added to it a beef allergy, another red meat allergy, so that if you get bitten by the tick, you become deathly ill or even die if you ever eat beef again. And then we have the WF and UN 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, saying we're going to add this to ticks, and that way nobody can eat beef.
People eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then they would it would actually really help the planet.
This guy's a piece of shit, by the way.
But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, you know, some people will be willing to, but other people, they may be willing to.
Yeah, do you see, like, how fucking authoritarian these people are? People aren't going to be willing. This is literally, like, this is literal, like Nazi levels of thinking. This is unreal. Like, this guy is like, people want to eat meat. I don't want them to eat meat, so I'm going to infect everyone with a disease that makes them, like, allergic to meat. Like, what a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Like, this is, like, the most asshole-ish shit ever.
But they have a
like, this guy needs to be put in a box, like, actually, like, for real. Like, this guy's in a position of power. Like, this is scary. They need to watch this guy and like find out what he's doing.
Weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, you know, some people will be willing to, but other people,
these are the kind of people that radicalize these people. SMH, infecting meat to make them not want to eat anymore. That's literally attempted murder. I know, it's so annoying.
May be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So, you know, but so here's the thought, right? So it turns out that we know a lot about, we have these intolerance to, for example, I have milk intolerance. And some people are intolerant to crayfish. So possibly we can use human engineering to make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine.
This guy is such a fucking asshole. Like, actually, like this like thinking, this way of thinking is actually so fucking awful in so many ways. It's so disgusting, like on so many levels.
Bovine proteins, and there's actually
an actual movie villain. It's like the dude from the Kingsman, like either the first Kingsman movie. It's like that.
This thing called the Lone Star tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering. We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering.
And then right on time, Pfizer seeks to introduce Lyme's vaccine as states face worst tick season ever. Increase in alpha-gal syndrome meat. How many years ago did I tell you? Decades ago.
Yeah, by the way, you gotta be careful, guys. There's a ton of ticks right now. They're everywhere. Like, apparently. I don't know. I've never been bit by a tick. God bless. But they're fucking everywhere, apparently. So be careful.
Alpha-gal syndrome is coming. Told you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Did dozens of shows the last few years saying, watch, it's spreading everywhere. Ticks are showing up thousands of miles of where they were because they're being dropped out. Turns out the CIA developed this at Plum Island. I'll show you the news articles. They took the Nazi scientists at Plum Island off New York after World War II, weaponized syphilis, called it Lyme's disease, put it in the ticks. Now they've added this other pathogen with it, and the syphilis is the carrier for the alpha-gal syndrome. What foods can trigger reactions? Beef, pork, lamb, venison. People on the street, all over the corporate news, independent news, everywhere are talking about how the CIA at Plum Island created weaponized syphilis, tick-borne, known as Lyme's. That was known decades ago. It's now been fully declassified a month ago.
Really?
Deer swam from Plum Island, they said by accident, that had the ticks and put it on the mainland decades ago. No.
Wait, they invented Lyme disease? What? Is that real? Hold on. Hey, yo, Grok, is this true? Is it true that it's been declassified? Dude, I'm actually way more willing to believe shit that Alex Jones says. Like, dude, stuff that Alex Jones said is wrong for like a couple of years. And then it was like, oh, actually it was true the whole time. Oh my God. Oh my God. 1960s CIA operation allegedly involved releasing infected ticks onto Cuba. Dude, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? fuck? U.S. did research biological weapons with tick vectors.
Oh, they're spreading these things. They're releasing these things. There's even Bill Gates projects studying them and releasing them in the wild, just like he does the mosquitoes. We have it all here, okay? You want the full spectrum analysis, because most people just cover a piece of it, and that's bad enough. Big Pharma coming out with, Lone Star tick vaccines that have all these horrible side effects. But people are now dying who've been bit by the tick when they eat beef. And then we have the UN, the WF, and others in documents and reports going back 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And I've got the video clips and the reports on TV going, well, we can just give a tick now, this particular pathogen through the Lone Star tick, and then we will give you a violent meat allergy so you can't eat beef.
The weird thing about this is, like, you didn't really hear of this before, right? Like, you didn't hear about this before. I haven't heard about this until recently.
Really bad with beef, but it's other red meats. But that's the main red meat people eat. Lamb,
pork,
you name it. I mean, you're talking, and I know so many people that particularly work in ranching in Wisconsin, Texas, you name it, Tennessee, personally, who got bit by the Lone Star tick and now can't eat beef. I mean, this is sick. I'm telling you, in my hierarchy of stuff, for fleshly pleasures, a perfectly cooked steak is right up there with the best piece of ass you can get. I'm sorry to be graphic. I mean,
fucking Alex Jones. Alex Jones has the best fucking quotes.
in my hierarchy of stuff, for fleshly pleasures, a perfectly cooked steak is right up there with the best piece of ass you can get. I'm sorry to be graphic. I mean, that's like taking away women. I mean, this is just absolutely... these people are the most evil scum you can imagine. The Bible in Genesis talks about cows like 50 times, and how cows are the best and how wonderful they are. Now God gave them the grass to have the cows, and the cows a gift to us. And the Indian Hindus worship the things. I mean, you just give them grass, and you get milk, and you get cheese. And
though he's not really wrong too, right? Because it's not just beef, right? It's like beef, it's lamb, it's venison, it's pork, and like these are just so good. Like I had a pork chop for dinner, and it was like delicious. It was like so good. Like, can you get like a good like piece of pork chop, like a really good one, like a well marbled one with like that nice thick fat cap? Like, oh my god, it's so delicious, right? And it's like chicken just doesn't have anything on it. Like chicken is good, fish is good. Like these are fine. Like they're not terrible, but like if you put right like an equivalently cooked, like cooked to the same level, a piece of chicken and then a piece of pork or beef or like a steak, there's no fucking way I'm picking the chicken. Alex Jones isn't wrong that it's one of the pleasures in life. And these people want to take it away. Again, like everything, because they want everyone to be miserable like them. Some people have food allergies, so instead of solving those, let's create new horrifying ones. Yeah, right? Like let's eat. I mean, if you think about it, that's equity, isn't it? Ain't that equity? Let's just handicap everybody.
And you get butter, and you get
everything that cows make is fucking delicious. Like the cheese is like super good. The milk is super good. The butter, like, man, like everything's good from cows. Like, what the fuck? Wait, does alpha-gal affect cheese too? No fucking way. Does it? Does it affect butter, milk, and cheese? No, it doesn't. I don't think so.
Beef, I mean, it's just the Native Americans with the bison, it's just a wild cow. Well, how do we take out the Native Americans, the Plains Indians? Well, we took out their meat supply. So I am uber sick of these people. But now they've done it. They've launched it. I've been on there 32 years. But I was fascinated with globalists and transhumanism and the futurists and what they were planning since I was a little kid. My family was aware of it and always talking about it. So I was reading some Zbigniew Brzezinski books when I was 10 years old. And they would always, and even when he was a college professor of history, even Newt Gingrich wrote a book.
So like I tried, see people talking about vegans in chat. I tried the Impossible Whopper, those impossible like meat like substitute like burgers. So like I went to I distinctly remember this. I was like on my way to Japan, and I stopped at the Burger King with my mom at the airport. And so we're at the airport just like sitting there. And it's like, oh, like we haven't eaten yet. Oh, there's a Burger King there. And I look at it and they're like, oh, we have the new Impossible Burger. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I wonder what that tastes like. I wonder what the Impossible Burger tastes like, because I've never had it, right? Like maybe it tastes kind of good, right? So I walk up to the counter and I said, yeah, I'd like to get an Impossible burger. Yeah, and the guy's like, okay. All right, so he rings me up, and I'm like, yeah, can I get another patty on that? Another Impossible patty? I'm like, no, a regular beef patty. I need to cancel out how gay this burger is. And then he gave me it. So I had an Impossible burger with an Impossible patty and then a regular beef patty. And I tried the Impossible one. It wasn't bad. Like it actually wasn't bad. Like for like real analysis of it, it wasn't terrible. Like it actually was like meaty enough, but like, you know, it still wasn't the same. Like I still wouldn't get it. Like I could eat it. Like is it edible? Sure, but you know, so is Diet Coke, right? So that's how I feel about it, really. But anyway, you know what's weird though is like I don't even hate veggie burgers, really. Like, you know how they have those garden burgers? You guys remember Garden Burger? Like, Garden Burger was pretty good. Like, I thought it was okay. It's, like, not terrible. Like, I could eat a Garden Burger for the flavor of the Garden Burger. But I'm like, why you gotta make it like meat? You know what I mean? Like, why you gotta make it exactly like meat? It's just weird. Like, what the fuck? What is this obsession? Just eat meat, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Look, back in the late 80s where he said, we're
garden
going to genetically engineer humans.
They used to have these at Trader Joe's. I remember they had like this Trader Joe's. It was like a harvest veggie burger from Trader Joe's. And it was like, had like oats and like mushrooms in it. It was pretty delicious. It didn't really taste like it. It didn't really taste like a burger, but it was its own separate thing that was delicious. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's not meat. And like, you know, sometimes I feel like eating fish, even though fish isn't as good as beef. Like I'd rather have beef almost every time. I'd rather have pork almost every time. But, you know, sometimes I feel like eating fish. I'm just in the mood, you know, or I'm in the mood for chicken sometimes. It's fine being its own distinct thing is what I'm trying to say.
So I was reading some Zbigniew Brzezinski books when I was 10 years old, and they would always, and even when he was a college professor of history, even Newt Gingrich wrote a book back in the late 80s where he said, we're going to genetically engineer humans, and we're going to use high-tech vaccines to do it. Everybody will have microchips hooked into computers. So
and see, I have no problem. Like, honestly, this is my honest take. I have no problem with genetically engineering humans. Like, if you want to, like, you want to, get some shit done or something to, like, boost your stats, like, I'm totally fine with that. But, like, it being forced is fucking weird. Like, that's where it's weird. It's like what they want to do, this sort of weird rapey thing where they force you to do it. And that's awful. I think that's awful.
Gingrich acts like a good guy and says a lot of good things, but he's definitely one of them. So I've known about their theoretical plans for a long time, but we're not in theoretical plans now. Just last week,
the Netherlands experimenting with genetically engineered cat girls. I mean, 100%, 100%.
But we're not in theoretical plans now. Just last week, the Netherlands is set to pass a law to make human clones legal, and
we got to get this thing. All right, guys, hear me out, chat. Hear me out. If we're gonna start this thing, we need to start with something that everyone can feel the impact of. And what we need to do is we need genetically engineered cat girls that also have a thing that makes it so you can't get fat. What do you think, chat? I think my idea is really fucking good, to be honest. Like, I think this is an amazing idea.
Because two men want to have a baby, so it won't really be a human, but we'll splice their genetics. And we'll also put animal genes in if it helps. Human-animal hybrids. I mean, it's like passing laws to do it. Of course, they've already done it in laboratories. So we are so far into the future, it's just not evenly distributed. And people hear this stuff and it sounds crazy. I don't blame you not thinking it's true, but it is. So
this forcing, Ryan Ellis says this forcing thing feels almost sci-fi, like something like from a Michael Crichton novel. Dude, that's the part that scares me. Like it should be opt-in, right? It should be a 100% opt-in. Like I have no problem with somebody opting in for some bullshit, right? Yeah. Beef is also better nutrients per pound, and meat has stuff that you can't get through plants. Look at how many supplements vegan vegetarians need to even remain healthy. Dude, that is actually a really interesting point, because a lot of times people who go on these full vegan diets, they end up really unhealthy, like really bad, like usually. And they just feel like shit all the time, you know?
Been obsessed with getting us off of beef for at least 70 years, the Club of Rome. There's a lot of reasons for that, but if you study the whole world where cows are in Africa, Europe, Latin America, the US, most farming is sustained by cattle ranching with it. And cows are so magic, they just eat grass and you get all this good stuff from them: milk, cheese, butter, beef.
Beef eating populations are on average several inches taller than the agrarian cultures nearby.
Cows are so magic, they just eat grass and you get all this good stuff from them: milk, cheese, butter, beef. If you can take cows away from people, which are doing in the Netherlands and Ireland,
bro,
and Sri Lanka,
I've seen people
totally collapse.
I've seen people forcing cats. I've seen vegan, like those vegan cat women forcing cats to be vegan, which is fucking ridiculous because cats are 100% carnivores. They're built to be cat. They're built to only eat meat. Cats, They're not like dogs. Like dogs can eat like both, like plants and animals. Like dogs are omnivores, but cats specifically are carnivores.
Away from people, which are doing in the Netherlands and Ireland and Sri Lanka, farming totally collapses. And that's what Bill Gates wants, to make you eat synthetic fake meat grown from the tumors called an immortal cell line of Henrietta Lacks, a dead black lady. You just throw a chunk of her tumor in. They've created hundreds of thousands, millions of pounds of her meat. And you just throw a chunk in with whatever you want. You throw a chunk of her tumors in with, say, duck cells, and you'll grow a gigantic vat in just a few weeks of duck cells, because it's a cancer cell, but it takes over and replicates that same cell. That's a dumbed down way of saying it, but that's how it works. You can throw a chunk of her cells in, just a cup of it, in with salmon, and you'll grow a giant vat of fake salmon. But it's cancer cells you're eating. Wait till those don't all get killed by the acid in your stomach and guts and get into your colon. Get ready for some colon cancer, which is in the studies. So that's how insane this is. I can go on for 100 hours with just other little insane factoids. Like all your cars have kill switches, and AI is watching you right now if you have a new car. Mainstream news finally. People finally listen. Sounded crazy when I warned you. So that's the plan. So about 15 years ago, the Club of Rome came out, and then about 8 years ago again, and then about 5 years ago, S. Matthew Lau of the World Economic Forum, this professor, came out and said, we can put in a tick a disease where you'll be given an autoimmune response to beef, and you'll never be able to eat beef again.
It's freaking ridiculous,
beef are bad because cows fart, that hurts the earth, which isn't true. You know, the AI can have all the water and all the energy in the nuclear reactors at once, but you can't eat steak because you're bad, you pass gas, you pass methane, cows pass methane. That's what holds the atmosphere in. That's good. Methane's part of the atmosphere. But they're teaching you you're bad, carbon-based life's bad, silicon's good.
These anti-spiral fucks,
in a couple speeches 6 years ago and then again 5 years ago and said, we can give you this disease. Well, Bill Gates was already here and around the world open-air testing ticks with Lyme's disease with this added pathogen to give you a beef allergy. And now the Lone Star tick is exploding everywhere. 60 Minutes is, reporting on it. CNN's reporting on it. Oh, suddenly this new thing born by the tick is beef allergies, and people are dying that eat beef after they're bitten by the tick. So Bill Gates is saying, hey, you're not going to put billions into fake lab-grown beef that doesn't have the allergies. It's not really beef. Boy, he sure knew what he was doing, didn't he? And then right on time, Pfizer seeks to introduce Lyme's vaccine as states face worst tick season ever. Increase in alpha-gal syndrome meat. How many years ago did I tell you? Decades ago, alpha-gal syndrome is coming. Told you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Did dozens of shows the last few years saying, watch, it's spreading everywhere. Ticks are showing up thousands of miles of where they were because they're being dropped out. Turns out the CIA developed this at Plum Island. I'll show you the news articles. They took the Nazi scientists at Plum Island off New York after World War II, weaponized syphilis, called it Lyme's disease, put it into ticks. Now they've added this other pathogen with it, and the syphilis is the carrier for the alpha-gal syndrome.
Jeez.
What foods can trigger reactions? Beef, pork, lamb, venison. Not as likely, but poultry, fish, eggs, most dairy. Well, that'll cure you, that won't it? Which makes your brain smaller, makes you lower IQ.
Soylent Green Vibes says Ryan Norris, dude. That shit's nasty.
Animal products. So they mean business. So here's Matthew Liao, the professor, talking about this a few years ago.
So I'll give two examples. So one is that people eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then they...
Dude, Soylent was all the rage, like back in the day. I remember, man. Everyone was into that shit. Not me, but, Your scientists are so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they never stop to think about if they should.
It would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, some people will be willing to, but other people, they may be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So, so here's the thought, right? So it turns out that we know a lot about, we have these intolerance to, for example, I have milk intolerance. And some people are intolerant to crayfish. So possibly we can use human engineering to make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine proteins. And there's actually analogs of this in life. There's this thing called the Lone Star tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe the mechanism. So that's something that we can do through human engineering. We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering.
Yeah, that's your social credit score. Bill Gates' backed lab-grown meat company receives USDA approval. Here's when you can expect to taste this new protein delicacy. Look at these headlines. Human engineering to fight against climate change. Give you alpha-gal syndrome. Talk about a social credit score. Talk about enslavement. Tim Pool says, the Lone Star tick is spreading rapidly and can make you allergic to beef. The good news is that thanks to billions in lab-grown meat investment, an alternative can be grown that won't trigger the allergy.
What a perfect coincidence. I know, man.
Local ERs are already seeing lots of visits of tick bites. Here's what to know. Beef allergies. Alpha-gal syndrome from Lone Star tick bites, an emerging public health concern in Massachusetts. Pfizer seeks to interdict tick bites.
Look at that.
Bites. Here's what to know. Beef allergies.
Bro.
Alpha-gal syndrome from Lone Star tick.
Look at that Minecraft ass meat. Jeez.
Tick bites, an emerging public health concern in Massachusetts. Pfizer seeks to introduce Lyme vaccine, and states face worst tick season ever, increase in alpha-gal syndrome meat allergies. A second death from tick-borne meat allergy. Off the menu, the first death from a tick-borne meat allergy. They used peanut protein to grow vaccines in the 80s and 90s, created a giant peanut allergy. See, same thing.
Wait, is that real?
Simple.
Is that what happened? Is that what happened with peanut? Is that real? Is that what happened with peanut allergies? What? That's
and now
crazy.
they're saying their vaccine will do it. Oh, you won't get Lyme disease, syphilis, but you can't eat meat. Isn't that loving and liberal? So they're throwing it all in your face, ladies and gentlemen.
Ugh.
TikTok, it's only a matter of time before dangerous tick disease reaches causes of disaster, if it isn't already. Climate change could re-engineer humans. BBC. And then how ticks became bioweapons. Spectator. How the CIA weaponized them. They admit the CIA did it. See how that works? See how that works? How long ago did I tell you this was going to happen? Over a decade. Because I had experts on exposing it all. That's Bill Gates. And what's he do? He releases weaponized mosquitoes in Florida, in Texas,
Jones
in Brazil.
does get the scoops early.
And the diseases explode. He wants to depopulate you. He wants you to take a shot so you don't die. That doesn't make any sense.
Remember the whole meat packing bullshit from the Gilded Age? I thought we were past the shit, says Ryan Knowles.
The victor is not victorious if the vanquished does not consider himself. A nicer way to say what I said earlier, that you're not defeated until you tell yourself you're defeated. Let me do an overhead shot of this. The victor is not victorious if the vanquished does not consider himself so. And we are far from that. It is the contrary. So there is the reality of that as they bomb us with ticks and mosquitoes and everything else. How much of this are we going to put up with? How long are we going to put up with the reign of the mad scientist attacking us? Hands down.
That's pretty crazy.
This is the biggest.
That's wild.